Hi, this is Eric with First Response Fitness. I'm here to offer some tips on the squat. There's a lot of cues to remember on squat. One of the biggest things is depth, bar path, you got your knee tracking, but there's something that's often overlooked, and one of the things, that's what I'm here to talk about today, that's the on-racking, the walkout, and the re-racking while you're squatting. All right, so first off, when you're squatting, you want to make sure you're doing everything the same no matter what, whether it's 5 pounds or 500 pounds. Complacency will cause injury. So please remember that. So one of the things that I like to do when I'm coming up to squat, when I'm setting up, I want to make sure that the bar is centered, all right? So I always take 2 fingers on my rack. I got 2 fingers on this side, 2 fingers on that side, centered up pretty good here. All right, another thing I like to do is, I always forget about this to tell people, but I roll it to the end of the J cup. See, the J cup is slanted, so it will roll up here, but that gets it further away from the rack. Now in this gym and in my gym, I use spotter arms, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it, always using spotter arms. When I'm lifting by myself, I wanna make sure I can prevent any injuries by using spotter arms. And when I use spotter arms, I'm always gonna use the collar. Okay, the reason I'm always going to use the collar is I've got this bad shoulder here. If it gets fatigued, I might start dipping, all right? And I don't want the weight to shift on me. So always have the spotter arm, always have the collars. Now, if you don't have a spotter arm, some people will say, don't have collars so you can dump the weight. That's up to you, but this is in this gym, this rack. This is what I use. I'm going to do this every single time, all right? Complacency will cause injury, and we don't want injuries. All right, so we're ready to squat here, all right? I rolled it to the back of the rack here. I make sure that I'm grabbing it equal on each side, all right? So, one thing I did forget, your J cup height, all right? Your J cup height needs to be at the right height for you, all right? This is what we call tiptoeing it out. If you're tiptoeing it out like so, all right, you can get the calves. Hope they look amazing today. But if you're tiptoeing it out, that's too high. If you're also very straight-legged coming out, too high. All right, you want to have a slight bend in the knee when you're unracking it. All right, so I'm grabbing it evenly, and then I'm going to retract the scaps back here and activate my traps. All right, so this is activating. This is unactivated. Activate, unactivate. So I'm grabbing it evenly, rolling it to the ends, all right? Make sure I got a nice wide stance down here. Activating the traps, coming under it, all right? I've got all that pressure on the bar, knees slightly bent, and then just going to lift up. I'm keeping my head forward, focusing forward, not down, forward, all right? Not up, forward, all right? Coming up, all right? I'm clear of the J cups here. I want to take 2 to 3 steps back, all right? So 1, 2, all right? Hit the thing a little bit there, but I'm ready to go. I'm in my position, and I can do my squats like so, all right? You're bringing it, and before you're going down, another thing I always forget to mention is bringing that deep breath in. So over-exaggerate it. Make sure that you can hear it. You're filling up that belly with air. All right, you're gonna do your squats. I'm not gonna do them today. I'm a little sore, but then when you're done with your squats, you're coming up, all right? You're still looking forward, 2 steps. You're catching that rack, all right? And as you can see, this is like rubber here. So you're gonna protect your bar, but you're hitting that rack at the same time, all right? So on racking, we want that wide stance. When we're walking out, you want the wide stance, a little bit of bend in the knee, all right? And re-racking 2 steps forward, you're hitting that rack, and making sure that you're racking simultaneously at the same time. Now I'm gonna show you some of the wrong ways to do it, some of the things that we don't want to do, all right? So I'm gonna intentionally grab it, like uneven here, all right? And I'm gonna start like this, all right? And this is what I like to call ballerinaing. And we don't wanna be a ballerina. This short stance here, all right? Coming up, you see you're all uneven, you're coming out like so. All right, how many steps are we taking? A lot more than 2. All right, you're getting set. See, I'm all over the place. If I didn't have J-cups, I would be all over. All right, I'd be dumping the weight. All right, and then I'd be coming back after my squats and going like so, trying to wrap 1. And okay, do you see how silly this looks? And then I'm, you know, like, so how much energy is this taking? This is really taking a lot of energy, all right? We don't want to be doing that. We want all that energy to go into the squat, all right? So these are little things that are often overlooked, all right? You see how many steps we took there just to balance it? So when I'm ballerina in here, I gotta come out like so, and then, you know, we're doing all these dance steps, so we don't need to do that. You just come out, boom, boom, you're ready to go, all right? So, see, I'm breathing hard from all that. That took a lot of energy to do, all right? We want all that energy to go in the squat. So remember, do everything the same every single time. You know, complacency will cause injury. Just remember that. So if you got any questions, put it in the comment or contact me, and we'll get it straightened out. But hope everyone is having a good day. Thank you for watching.